Good. It was awesome. I was happy for him, first and foremost. Just know the amount of work that he's put into getting back to being out on the practice field. So just happy for him that he, was out there moving around and looking good.
Do you look like the player you're used to seeing out there?
Yeah, I thought he looked pretty good. Had a couple throws to him, made some nice catches. Did what he normally does, and was happy for him.
How are you feeling?
Feel pretty good.
How was your movement and range of motion?
It's Wednesday. It's a little bit early in the week, but I was able to get out there and, practice today. So being able to practice, I feel good. That I'll be out there on Sunday. I should be, adrenaline's a hell of a thing. I shall probably be moving around pretty good. And then when you're running, big guys chasing after you, sometimes you run fast. So forget about what's ailing you. I think I'll be moving around just fine.
Still don't know yet whether Cooper's going to be playing on Sunday, but if he is back out there, what excites you about the possibilities of having him and Puka out there at the same time?
Yeah, as many good players as you can get on the field is the goal, and we have a ton of good receivers at this point, so it's a lot of fun. It's a great thing to try to mix and match and try to find, combinations of guys on the field and things that we can do to help, those guys play to their strengths. So that's, part of what the week is all about. Go out there and try to execute it on Sunday against obviously a really talented Eagles team.
What has impressed you most about what they've done consistently the past year, the Eagles?
Yeah, I think they've got a pretty rock solid winning formula. Their quarterback and their offense does a nice job of not turning the ball over. Their defense, plays really aggressive up front, affects the pocket, which leads to either fumbles or interceptions and guys that are, having to throw the ball before they want to or getting hit while they're throwing it, where they're taking it off the quarterback. They're doing a nice job of doing that. I think if you ask them, I think, they'd probably say something about winning the line of scrimmage. Their offensive line does a great job. Their defensive line does a great job. That's kind of how they're built if you look at it. And then, they're skill guys and their secondary match up pretty good with anybody in the league too. So they just have a really talented football team led by a quarterback that is playing at a high level and a defense that's doing a nice job.
Just from your perspective, what has Cooper done put himself in position to have so much early success in his career?
I think he has a great process. Just comes out to work every single day. Doesn't get too far ahead of himself. Doesn't let things that either went his way or didn't go his way affect him moving forward. He's got a lot of guys in that locker or in that room to to lean on and to help guide him. And then he's a good player. He gets open, he catches the ball, he runs after the catch, he blocks on the edges. You do that, you create trust in both me as the quarterback, but our head coach and the play callers, those guys, building game plans. So you continue to do that, good things will happen.
From when you first started working with him, was there a point that you kind of realized this guy has something to be special?
No, I don't know. I think he's continued to get better. I think that's what it is. Early on, obviously. He's got great size, does a great job, catching the ball away from his body. You could see that early on, and then you just kind of, as spring goes, as training camp goes, we start giving more to everybody, right? To Tutu, to Puka, to Van, to Cooper, all those guys on the edge, just kind of give him more and see what goes and how it works. And every time we gave him more, he went out there and executed at a high level. So it's, just props to him for, taking the opportunities that he's had and make the most of them.
Matthew, you've had a lot of success with Tutu. How has he changed this season, do you think, from last year?
Well, I don't even know from last year. I think you saw it towards the end of the year last year. I wasn't really in some of those instances, but with, our depth at the receiver position at the end of last year, he was, playing a lot more, got a lot more opportunities and made the most of those, both playing inside and outside. I think, Sean and Mike and, have done a great job of moving around, finding ways to get him, access and get him moving and doing what he does best. And then, like Puka, he's just made the most of his opportunities when he's had them.
Two questions. With Puka, was there any moment, either in the preseason or training camp or whatever, where he really earned your trust? The light goes on, okay, this guy I can rely on in clutch situations.
I don't know if there's a single moment. I think it was just kind of built over time. Just like I don't think, on the football field, I don't think you can earn trust in one play, and I don't think you can lose my trust in one play either, People are going to have really good plays and they're going to have poor plays. It's consistency over time, and really all the guys on the outside have done a hell of a job of earning my trust, earning the coach's trust, earning our team's trust. That's what this thing's about, especially, on the offensive side of the ball, I got to trust those guys are going to block. I got to trust those guys are going to be in the right spots, and I put it in a spot. They got to run a route, trust that I'm going to put it in a good spot for them. So, it's built over time. It's not one instance that was like, oh, now I'm going to throw it to them X amount of times, or I'm never throwing them again. That doesn't work like that in my opinion. It's it's proven over time one way or the other.
You mentioned the other day during the game, your hip was kind of chirping at you. I'm just curious, is that chirping continued or is that abated?
It's quieted down a little bit. It's feeling a little bit better than I thought it was going to feel, to be honest with you. Our training staff's done a heck of a job trying to get me feeling as good as I can. That'll be a process throughout the week, and then when Sunday goes, I'll just go out there and play.
Matthew, a lot of teams, you guys included, are deploying that sort of jogging start motion. You guys ran a 1 and 2-2. Looks like there's a variation from, Kupp, variation with him. There's a lot of slang terms for it now across the league. Some people are calling it like cheat motion. I'm wondering if you guys have a term for what you call it.
Yeah, we have quite a few. We like to term things here. So you want to get deep into the weeds where, it's like, which way are we going? Is it a run? Is it a pass? Are we going left, right, to the play, away from the play, all that? We've got names for it, but yes, each one of them kind of means a little something different. But our guys are doing a great job of kind of taking it and making their own, right? Puka's is probably going to look a little bit different than Tutu's. It'll probably look a little different than Cooper's and Van's and whatever it is. So, and each play kind of has its own specific, all right, where am I heading after this? What kind of speed do I need to carry into it? What kind of, do I need to have a plan for this, that, or the other? So, yeah, there's a lot to it. But I do see it around the league, and I think it's, it's good. It's smart by these offensive coaches for teams that want to be physical or want to, see who the new number 2 is, the new number 3 in coverages. And if they're trying to match everything up, it makes it tough on them.
Puka runs essentially like a full circle to get to the same point on the field. What is he like when he knows that's going to be he's very eager, but that's a lot of running.
Yeah, it is. No, there's some plays where we put our guys in some gasser situations before the ball's even snapped. But no, I mean, I bet if you asked him he wanted a 30-yard catch on it, he'd say I'll do it every time. So no, it's it's a sacrifice those guys make, but I think on the back end it gets them a little bit better access, so they'll take it. Thank you guys.